to consider before you assume or perceive something to be a five wave pattern, according to Elliot, is that wave two never moves beyond the start of wave one. Wave two never moves beyond the start of wave one. What do I mean? So here is the start of wave one. This is the start, and this is the end. This is the end of wave one. So what they're saying is, let me just make a line here. Oh no, that won't do. Second. So what they're saying, sorry, I'm taking that, is that so this is the start. This is the start of wave one. This is so this line is gonna help us indicate. Let me put it in red. So it's gonna help us indicate the start of wave one. So according to Elliot, the first rule or the first main principle you need to consider is that wave two never moves beyond the start of wave one. So if you see price forming in such a situation, then you see that your wave two is beyond the start of wave one, then that's not a five wave pattern. Try to assume it to be something else. It's not. I repeat, no matter what, these three rules must be followed with strictness. If something is a five wave pattern, this is the first rule it must give satisfaction to. It should never be beyond the start of wave one, no matter what. Never beyond the start of wave one. Then the second rule is wave three is never the shortest. What does it mean? It means that this wave two to, let me just indicate that, D there, arrow there. So wave two, sorry, so wave two to three is never the shortest wave in in any circumstance. It's never the shortest wave. It's never the shortest wave. So wave one can be the shortest wave. Wave one can be the shortest wave. This can be, let's say we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Yeah, wave one can be the shortest wave. Actually, even wave five can be the shortest wave, but wave three can never be the shortest wave. So you can even have something like this. You can have something like this. Yeah, something like this. This is still a five wave pattern, because remember, two is not beyond the start of one, and wave three is not the shortest wave. So even if wave five is the longest wave, as long as wave three is not the shortest wave in this situation is wave one, this is two to be assumed as as a five wave pattern. Then the third and last principle that we need to take note is that wave four never enters the price territory of wave one. So by price territory, this is what we mean. So so this is the price territory of wave one. So wave four never enters this price territory. And what, let me illustrate using the trading view lines. So I'm gonna use line here. So wave four can never, should never, if something is assumed to be a five wave pattern, get me right, if something is assumed to be a five wave pattern, not even something, if a certain price formation is assumed to be a five wave pattern, its wave four should never go beyond the price territory of wave one. That's a red flag when you know that this thing is not what you assumed it to be. So remember, First one is that the first principle that you need to consider is that wave two should never go beyond the start of wave A. Wave one, I mean, wave two should never go beyond the start of wave one. Then wave three should never be the shortest, so it can be short, but it should never be the shortest among the three waves, among one, three, five. No, it should never be the shortest wave. So it can be the shortest. Wave five can be the longest. Even wave wave one can be the longest. Situations to this, yeah. But as long as it's not the shortest, it still applies. So put that in mind. Then the third principle and last one, most important, is wave 4 should never be beyond the price territory of wave 1. Should never go beyond, or let me say below wave 1. In a situation of a bullish 5 wave pattern, would say should not go below the price territory of wave 1, then it's no longer a wave 4. So yeah. So one thing also we should note is that Elliot did not specifically say that there is only one overall form. So he don't specifically say that the market just makes 5 waves, like there's 5 waves. No, 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 he didn't mean that. But that of any time the market may be identified as being somewhere in the basic 5 wave pattern at the largest degree of a trend, because the 5 wave pattern is the overriding form of market progress. All other aspects or patterns are subsumed by it. So Elliot did not mean that the at any particular moment, like at any particular situation of price formation, the market is a 5 wave form. Anyway, it just looks like no. But at a certain price degree, in here he says that at the largest price degree, the market basically might be in at a certain point of the overriding 5 wave pattern. So that's it, guys, for this video. If you have any questions, the main points and gems I want you to take away from this video is about the 3 rules or 3 principles that you need to identify a particular pattern as a 5 wave pattern. One is that wave 2 never goes beyond the start of wave 1. Wave 3 is never the shortest wave. Wave 4 wave 4 never enters the price territory of wave 1. So if you have any questions, you can drop them in the comments below. Sharp, sharp.